Hello, Libra. Welcome to Intuitive Gems. My name is Desiree, and I will be doing your money, wealth, finance, prosperity, abundance reading for the month of April 2021. If this is your first time catching one of my videos, I do want to say welcome, and I invite you to subscribe because I do these readings each and every month, and I would love to share your money message with you. For the readings this month, I'm going to be using my Trippin Waite Tarot deck. Last month, I used the Groovy Waite Tarot, and so many of you loved that deck, and I think you're going to love this one too. It's made by the same creator. It's a really vibrant, fun, colorful deck, and yeah, I think you're going to enjoy it. I will clarify with my Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot, as I always do, and then Libra, I will close out your reading with an Angels of Abundance Oracle card. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and get right into your reading. Okay. So what do we need to know for the sign of Libra? As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021. All right, Libra. Well, looks like April is going to start off really, really well for you, especially as it relates to your money. You're going to be in a position to be very generous, be very giving with your time, your resources. You are going to be in the energy of overflow. This is really, really good, Libra. You got one of the most positive cards in the deck. So, like I said, looks like April is going to start off really, really well for you. Now, like I said, you're going to be in that overflow energy once we hit that first week of April. And, you know, I'm getting the sense, too, that there's a lot of independence with you, Libra. You're going to be doing a lot of stuff on your own, for yourself, by yourself, and things are really going to start moving for you. Now, because we're talking in the context of money, like I said, I can see very clearly that you're going to be in that space where you have more than enough, you know, and obviously money is important, but also other things, you know, your time, your attention, your energy, you know, the tools, your skills, all those things. So let's start here with the sun. Like I said, the sun. Beautiful card. This is how I know you're going to have a really good month, especially as it relates to money, work, business, investments, all those things. Things are just going to go really, really well. I think you're going to have a very strong start to the month. Anything finance related, if you have to make some decisions, now would be a good time to do so. The other thing is that, you know, you're really in a good position to set yourself up for success as it relates to money. The other thing that you really do want to be aware of is, as we move through the week, while things are going to be really, really good, you're going to be in a very good headspace, money is going to be coming to you, you do have to really pay attention to the details, and you have to really make sure that you're not being too overly confident, or you're not making really hasty decisions. And I say that because we have the Eight of Cups here in the reverse. Sometimes the Eight of Cups talks about regret from walking away from something. When it shows up in the reverse, that's, you know, sometimes acting a little bit too hastily and saying no to something, you know, really quickly, only to realize later that it's probably something that you should have said yes to, or maybe something that you should have maybe given more thought about, okay? Next, we have the Empress, which talks about the seed has been planted, things are growing, things are maturing. The other thing about the Empress is that's that really strong female, feminine energy. You may feel like you're just kind of in flow and you're in tune with that. For some of you, it just may be you're getting confirmation that you did the right thing at the right time, and that now you're starting to reap the benefits of those good, solid decisions, especially as they relate to work and your money. We already talked about you being in the overflow, Six of Pentacles here. You're going to definitely be in a very generous mood, because when things are going well, you want to make donations, you want to help people out, you want to, get involved in charitable things. And like I said, I think that's wonderful, and I think that's definitely going to serve you as we move through the month. Ten of Pentacles. Like I said, this is that independence. This is you working solo, working independently by yourself, for yourself. The other thing about this too is that sometimes you make more progress working alone because you know exactly what it is, the results you're trying to create. So when it comes to your money, make sure that you don't feel that you have to have a partner or you have to have, a team. I'm not saying that there isn't a time and place for those things. But, maybe this is a season of you working alone. Maybe this is the time and the phase in your business where you're going to do your best work and your most creative work and your most powerful work by yourself. So give yourself the opportunity to do that. Finally, we got the Hangman here. Now, the Hangman, he talks about sometimes, not knowing what to do, not what the next step is going to be. The other thing about the Hangman is sometimes he feels a little stuck, not because he doesn't have the ability to move forward, but for some reason, he's either not confident, he's afraid, maybe he just doesn't know what he should do. The thing about the Hangman, though, is to really embrace where you are, but also don't allow that to prevent you from moving forward. Now, as this relates to our money, sometimes we have to take some I would say careful risks, right? So sometimes we do have to buy that equipment, or we do have to hire that accountant or hire that lawyer, even though we hesitate because it's going to be a big chunk of money. Or sometimes we just don't know, we've never done this before, so it feels a little scary and a little overwhelming. The Hangman tells you, you can stay where you're at, that's not horrible, but is that really in alignment with where you're trying to go and what you're trying to experience? Really ask yourself that question, and maybe that will motivate you to take action, because the Hangman talks about that there is action that needs to be taken. But for some reason, we're not taking it. All right, Libra, let's see what else shows up for you. As it relates to, money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021. All right, Libra. So as we move through April, you can expect some big changes coming through, especially changes that affect all aspects of your life. The Death card in the reverse means that change is going to happen very, very slowly. The thing is that the change that is happening is going to be quite profound. And like I said, it's going to affect every area of your life. Just, in the same way that money does. Money does affect every aspect of our wholeness, of our being, of our spirit, of who we are. And a lot of people identify themselves with the money they either have or don't have. Okay, so, but this tells us that there's going to be some big changes here. Now, the changes may not necessarily have a financial or money connection, but the change that is coming will have a direct effect on your finances, because again, we're talking in the context of money here. So, this is something that probably you already are experiencing, or probably something that has already been, in the process of taking place. And so just, be careful with how you interpret the change. Because it looks like, from what I'm picking up here, is the change is unavoidable. And it doesn't necessarily mean it's a change for the worse. You know, as we grow and evolve and as we ascend, change is always taking us higher to our next level. The thing is it may not feel like it when we're going through it. But I have a feeling that the change that is happening within your life is something that is going to take you to that next level. And you just have to be very, very open about it and do your best to work with it instead of against it. And really be flexible. The word flexibility is coming through. Next, we have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is the card about financial literacy. Now, the King of Pentacles, this is the one who really knows his stuff. This is the energy of making very educated, very well thought out decisions. And as it relates to your money, Libra, this is where you are going to really, really shine. And I can say that because it fell on that Sun card. So, you know, do the studying, do the work, do the research. You know, all of that is going to pay off for you financially, especially once we hit that second week of April. Next, we have the Two of Cups. This is a divine union. This is coming together in a very beautiful way, in a very harmonious way. Excuse me. Now, the Two of Cups is a very, very beautiful card, but it doesn't always have the connection to love and relationships. You know, this could be a business partnership. It could be a work relationship. It could be a business colleague. Sometimes this card will also show up excuse me, when there is a office place romance blossoming. That may be relevant for some of you. But what I'm picking up with this is that you're going to be connecting with the right people at the right time. You know, like if you are looking to hire a lawyer, you will find the right person. You also will find the right partner. You will find the right realtor if you're trying to sell your home. Okay, so just trust and be very, very, I want to say the word specific. You know, if you are looking for someone who has such and such experience, or someone that you totally resonate with energetically, make sure you put that out there, because it looks like whatever you are vibrating with is definitely going to be delivered to you. Next, we have the King of Swords here. Now, it's interesting. You've got two kings here, Libra. King of Swords is that energy of eliminating the unnecessary. This is a very good card because sometimes you have to let go of the old to make room for the new. As it relates to your money and your finances, you are creating space for more. This card fell onto that generosity card, so I'm not surprised. This is giving away, releasing, purging, decluttering, making space for bigger, better, more, whatever it is that you are trying to create. Remember that it's a process, and as you do more and as you become more, there are things that are going to have to be released. In the financial excuse me, in the financial aspect of this card too, sometimes we do have to spend money to make money, right? And I think most of us who are in business or entrepreneurs or whatever, a lot of you already know that. And I think some of you have to be reminded of that, because it is scary. You know, when you are starting a business, you do have to invest in it, just like you have to invest in yourself in order to become the kind of person who does make more money, the person who does make really good financial decisions. Next, we got the Four of Pentacles here. Now, this is the card of sometimes we are being a little tight and maybe having a little bit of that worry energy. You know, even though things all are going really well for you, Libra, looks like you're going to be worried a little bit. You know, maybe you're nervous that, you know, something's going to happen and you're going to have to spend all your money, or you know, something's going to happen to wipe out your savings. That's totally normal, but you have to remember to keep everything within reference, right? That worry energy is not going to be profitable. It's not going to be beneficial. Again, everybody gets nervous to some degree when it comes to their money, you know, especially when you've saved up so much for a certain amount of time and things are going really, really well. Sometimes it's normal to think, oh my God, is something going to happen, you know, to change the situation. The only thing I can say to that, Libra, is really just focus on what it is that you are doing correctly. You know, focus on the things that are going right. Focus on the things that are going well. And try your best to ignore those thoughts of things that could happen or things that could go wrong. Finally, we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. This is another good card. Doesn't matter if it's upright or reverse. This is the ultimate happiness, joy, contentment, celebration card. It's another one of the most positive cards in the deck, so you've got two of them here. Libra, get ready. Like I said, it's going to be a fantastic month by the time you hit the end of the second week of April. Looks like things are still going to go well, you know, and sometimes that is a little scary. You know, it's no wonder why you might have kind of that worry, you know, a little bit of doubt here and there. But, you know, do your best, because from what I see, at least looking at these cards here, things are going really, really well, Libra. I mean, it's going to be a really good month. All right, so let's continue on and see what else shows up for the sign of Libra. As it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021. All right, Libra. By the time we hit the second half of April, things are moving and shaking for you. I mean, honestly, if you were going to plan the timing of things, you know, energetically with the financial flow, like you couldn't plan it any better. We have the Ace of Swords here. This is major breakthroughs happening. Remember, this fell onto the slow change card, which fell onto the Sun card. Again, good change is happening. Breakthroughs are occurring. This is really going to unlock a lot of things that were stagnant and maybe stuck as it relates to your money, as it relates to your finances, your work, your business, your career, your investments, whatever the case may be. We also have the King of Wands here. We have the King of Cups. Now, this is interesting because you've got all four kings showing up in your spread. That's a very heavy masculine energy, and we already talked about the feminine energy here. But it looks like you're going to be operating from that energy of, you know, your masculine energy. And it doesn't matter if you're male, female, or you don't identify with either gender. The masculine energy is very much the proactive energy. It's very much the, excuse me, it's the energy of where things just really, I want to say it's the energy of where things are physically being done. And I know that probably sounds very vague, but it's the energy of where things are being delegated, things are being handled, things are being accomplished, things are being achieved. And then it's that progressive energy. It's that do, it's that, you know, move. It's the things where, you know, it's all about the results. It's all about the outcome. It's all about the solutions. Now, this is not anything to worry about, but again, this is a very powerful shift that's going to be happening for you throughout the month, Libra. The King of Wands talks about there could be some changes happening at work. However, I don't think that that's anything to worry about from what I'm picking up here with all the other cards. The changes that could be happening at work are probably more surface things. In other words, maybe a shifting of, you know, maybe a relocation of an office, or maybe positions get changed. But I don't see it as any type of, you know, anything where you're not going to be at the job. I just see that there's going to be some changes happening at the workplace. Next, we have the King of Cups. Now, this is the emotional masculine card. And the King of Cups always has his emotions in check. You know, he doesn't get overwhelmed by his emotions, but he also doesn't allow his feelings to get in the way of making some really good decisions, especially as it relates to his money. You know, he's very grounded. He's very stable. The other thing is that, you know, he's very compassionate, but at the same time, it doesn't mean that he's, you know, what would the word be? I guess like too soft. The other thing about the King of Cups is that he really is sensitive to the needs of other people. And he doesn't like to win, only because he wins. When he wins, everybody wins. And so, excuse me, he comes from that aspect of, let's all do this together and let's all win. And I feel like, Libra, that is you. You have the heart where you want to not only help yourself, but you want to help other people as well. These two cards are very good as it relates to work. Eight of Pentacles means that you're going to be swamped. You're going to be busy. If you have your own business, just know that you're going to be going into a busy season right now. So hopefully you have everything in place so you can keep up with the demand. The other thing is the Knight of Swords. This is the swift moving energy card, and I'm not surprised to see this card. Excuse me, considering we've got so much of this masculine energy going on. The Knight of Swords is that swift moving energy where things happen very, very quickly. But again, things can unhappen very, very quickly, right? But when the opportunity strikes, you know that it's time to make a move. Now, this is very important to realize and to remember when it comes to money and when it comes to our finances. Sometimes opportunities will show up and it's like, oh, I need to jump on that, or, oh, okay, I don't want to waste any time. Let's do it. Okay, so you're going to be busy. Things are going to be happening very, very quickly. All right, Libra. Like I said, can't say enough good things about April for you. All right, so what do we need to know for the sign of Libra as it relates to money, wealth, finances, prosperity, and abundance for the month of April 2021? All right, as we close out April, looks like you're going to be celebrating something, Libra. Okay, Seven of Wands in the reverse. This means the communication is good. You're having good conversations with coworkers, colleagues, partners, customers, clients, whatever. Looks like the communication is really, really good. Even maybe, communication may have been strained in the past, but it looks like when you're connecting with people, the conversations are very, very good, and everybody is understanding and coming from a place of harmony, and it's not this back and forth bickering. You've got really good communication energy as we close out the month of April. We already talked about the Three of Cups. Looks like you're going to be celebrating a win, Libra, at the end of the month. Very exciting, so get ready for that. We also have the Chariot here in the reverse. Now, the Chariot is he's a very fast-moving card, but sometimes when the Chariot's in reverse, it means that we have too many things moving. There's too many parts all going at once. Make sure you pay attention to the priorities and the things you need to work on, Libra, because that's very important to your bottom line, to your wallet, to your pockets, whatever. Make sure you're prioritizing the right things, because those have a direct impact on your money and how your money flows and how your money comes in and how your money continues to grow. Okay? Queen of Cups. Sometimes she could be a little insensitive when she's in the reverse. Now, it's interesting. You've got the King of Cups here, who is the very emotionally stable card. The Queen of Cups, sometimes she's just a little insensitive. Doesn't mean she doesn't care. But at the same time, sometimes she just doesn't feel like getting caught up in the emotions of other people, so she will tend to dismiss them. Other people will interpret that as rude or mean or whatever. But it's okay. This is not anything to worry about, but we all have those moments where we can only handle so much and we can't take on anybody else's stuff. And I feel like that's what this is here. It's like you have to create some boundaries. You've got your own money to worry about, your own life to live, Libra, and you cannot be taking on the emotional crap of other people, right? And if that means you have to be insensitive or you have to be dismissive, then so be it. We also have Temperance here. The Temperance card talks about things are in balance, things are in harmony, things are working together in a beautiful way. Now, the other thing about Temperance too is we can also look at this card as the card of angelic communication. Are you listening to your spirit guides, to your maybe your ancestors, for those of you who are kind of connected to the spiritual world in any way? You could also be hearing from your angels. You could also be, like I said, maybe hearing or having dreams, where you connect with your spirit guides, like I said, or your ancestors or your guardian angels in some way. Okay, so now we have the Five of Pentacles and the Seven of Cups. Five of Pentacles talks about make sure you are working on your mindset. Five of Pentacles is all about the mentality of sometimes some of us get caught up with the mentality of lack and limitation. And everybody goes through this, but we have to manage that, okay? And I think that's where I'm picking up on that a couple of times in your reading, Libra. Excuse me, where you have to really pay attention and keep your mind very, very guarded. Remember, money is all about mindset, and you have to make sure you don't entertain any thoughts of poverty, lack, limitation, anything like that. Okay? Now, I understand that none of us are perfect. Sometimes we slip. Sometimes we fall back into old ways, and I have a feeling that could happen a little bit here at the end of the month, but you have to make the conscious choice and the conscious decision to really reprogram your mind and really keep your mind focused on the things that you are trying to create, on the wealth that is available to you. Finally, we have the Seven of Cups. The Seven of Cups is the card of options, opportunities. A lot of things are going to be showing up for you, Libra, as we close out April. Not all of them are going to be something that resonates or excites you, but at the same time, there is going to be some new opportunities coming your way, and these are going to be profitable opportunities. You're just going to have to use good judgment to discern what you want to invest in. And when I say invest, I don't only mean money, but what are you going to invest your time and your attention in, right? Because the bottom line is that we're all here to create the life that we want, and for most of us, our dream life is going to take a certain amount of money, a certain amount of finances. And so remember that working towards more money in order to create the life experience that we want really is the ultimate goal. All right, Libra, let's go ahead and close out your reading with a Angels of Abundance Oracle card. Ah, interesting. This one is Unlimited Ideas. Okay. You know what? I see that in this card too. Your mind is one with God's infinite mind. Therefore, you have complete access to unlimited ideas guaranteed to bring blessings. All you need to do is to take divinely guided action to allow these ideas to come to fruition. I love it. And this is a beautiful card with a gorgeous image here. So Libra, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, observations, please drop them down below. I want to thank you so much for spending this time with me. We'll do it all again next month.